I know we talk about throat awareness a lot. There's a massive amount of tat awareness going on. Mine's fine because I've got like 4 tats.
Yeah.
But your cherry is popped everywhere.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
All over the shop. I have started 3 bar fights. I've already had a look at what Harley I'm getting.
Yeah.
I will say I want another one.
Do you?
Like, yeah, definitely.
You're the bug already.
Well, I knew, like, I've got kind of 4 in my head regardless.
Run us through them.
So I want a little cocktail olive for my niece called Olive.
No, that's actually
quite
very
nice.
lovely. That's nice.
I really like the Longhorn skull.
Okay. Any reason? As Harry Potter?
No, just like I've got quite a. I haven't really introduced you to my sort of cowboy side. I've got quite a.
Oh, there's a cowboy side to you?
Got quite a country western
How many
angle.
sides you got?
I've got, mate.
I thought you were a square.
No.
Harry
You think
Potter,
I've got 4
Harry
sides?
Potter, Saints, 420 blaze up weed off your tree shopping centre. Doesn't wear deodorant. You're telling me there's more sides?
I'm a hexagon. Don't worry about that.
Cowboy side.
And then I reckon 2 for my other big teams out there. So I've got Arsenal. So I reckon I might get the little cannon.
Yeah, Gunners. Makes sense.
Yeah, and then something to do with the Viking ship for the Vikings. So I just needed to experience that pain to be like, yeah, no, I can do this.
That's good.
And now I feel like I can.
Love that. We said it off pod. I don't know if it was in the vlog. Might have been what I want to do with my first tattoo. So I got drafted to the Suns, and a lot of the boys had tats, and obviously I was like, hey, that's cool. I want to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
And I was fully prepared to go into a tat shop only because I watched Life of Ryan Sheckler, the skateboarder. For those who might know, this skateboarder on MTV, he was like the coolest guy. He was like Justin Bieber, a little bit, looked like him.
Yeah.
Just a cool guy.
Yeah.
And he had Sheckler across his back, like LeBron James has. I think does he have the Chosen One or something on his back?
Yeah.
Across his back from shoulder to shoulder blade. And I wanted to get Gorringe as an 18-year-old.
Could you imagine?
Pick 10. How arrogant would that have been?
It would have been more arrogant if you had Gorringe and then 10 underneath.
Big 10.
Like a soccer jersey.
Imagine me just trying to explain Gorringe on my back right now. Like, what happened? Oh, yeah, I played 26 games for the Suns and decided to get Gorringe on my back. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya.
There was heaps of sick kids and I was like, where are they? Kick him harder. Kick him all harder. Punch him in the face. I'm bloody horizontally challenged, if you get what I mean. Boner. Oh, tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line? Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got a line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Mate, good feeling today around here. Really good. You're up and about now.
Yeah.
I know you have the tat, but you have, there's a couple of things for you that's happening. 10K, fastly approaching.
Quickly.
So this quiz night that you want to do with live bands, I don't know. Now, you've explained it to me a couple of times.
Yep.
We know you want to host a quiz.
Yep.
And now you want live bands to perform, or bands are texting you saying we'll perform for you.
The bands are saying we'd be more than happy to learn the DDF
Hotline Sting.
the Hotline Sting,
Yeah.
and the St Kilda anthem, and they're more than happy to play. I want to host the quiz night, and then in a perfect world, I'd love there to be big names to just like keep people entertained while I'm counting the score between rounds.
So what do you want the big names to do?
I don't know,
Perform, like stand
if
up?
they're like comedians, that'd be great. If
Okay.
they're former footballers, they can just tell yarns about their tales and journeys.
Okay, so how many people do you want there?
Well, I'll have to look at my dream is downstairs at the corner, and I think that can fit quite a few.
They can.
So, yeah. Like my dream is we'll get it anywhere. I'm not going to say this week, but like we'll get it soon, the 10,
Looking within the next 14 days.
and then we'll book it in for like just before finals.
That week before would be good.
Yeah.
Let's give everyone an event.
Yeah,
Like,
to
are you
look
thinking
for-
like a Thursday night, Friday night, so you can have a few frothies?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe ideally if it's the weekend of the finals, maybe do it on the Thursday, so it's really the curtain raiser for finals.
Great. I'm praying you hit 10K this weekend because
Yeah.
I have a gift for you that I want to give you.
What?
Yeah.
For 10K?
Been talking to Amy Kane about it. We got something for you. It's in sunshine at the moment on Marketplace, but I'm bargaining pretty good.
Okay.
What happened with your couch?
Not much.
No?
No, the couch I got rid of
Yeah, and then you...
in sort of like a bit like your cabinet.
Yeah,
Got rid of it. So okay, I thought, move the bed into the lounge room for the night. Bed's still out in the lounge room. So
Wait, because you bid on that one on Marketplace got scammed. Remember?
Yeah, no, I remember.
But what's the go? Have you tracked them down?
Oh, they keep posting under different names.
What name they have now?
They've done it about 30 times, and every
Rat.
single time I message being like, I'm on to you, mate.
Yeah,
like I've
disaster.
called the cops. I haven't. But
We didn't follow up on the Perth's scandal either. The guy who got scammed from the drafty.
do we have a follow-up?
Well, I have the name. I don't want to know if we should say the name though, because he's going to get drafted this year.
Do we give the person, because they'll, people listen, do we give him a week?
Give him the week
to come
one more week.
to
This
us,
guy has
to them, or then we'll.
So the catch up is this guy wanted to buy a push pull jumper on Marketplace. He transferred some money as a deposit.
Yep.
$50 I think it was, and then he did some investigating. Skills like you love an investigation. Did some investigating and found out the guy who was selling the jumper is a up and coming draftee from Perth who has scammed him, and he has a name. He's contacted their management and he's ready to go global with it. So they have a week to come forward. So if you know this person, if you know the story, tell them they've got a week.
Yep.
Lots happening in football. Dan Butler follows you. That's the first thing I've got on the run sheet.
Yeah, and it deserves to be right at the top. That was, Jason Castagna when he was in, he said, who's the someone that you would like? And I went, I don't know why. Dan Butler.
Great.
Because I'm a small forward guy.
You haven't messaged him, have you?
No, not yet.
No, you reckon you will?
Well, I have before in my life.
Got Adelaide in Adelaide Saturday night?
I've got my big revenge game.
Yeah, true. And you could be, because you're not working, it's in Adelaide, obviously, it could be a wings and rosé night, which means, you know what happens? Fingers start getting busy.
Yeah. Well,
don't they? Everyone always says that
so
after
my
the
thumbs,
wings. Yeah, your thumbs. Yeah. Well, interesting technique. Yeah, good technique. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
So he gets texted.
And speaking of my phone, everyone's been hating on my phone.
Yeah, everyone's starting to give you more money.
It's not great.
Get a case.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't get paid per Harry Potter joke I make. If I did, I'd be a millionaire and I'd get a new phone.
Is that a joke? Because you did
that's a
page
joke.
394, which I didn't understand. Explain it to me.
No.
When did you say it?
Yeah, I know when I said it. It was, we really liked how Dimmer was so honest in his press conference because normally it's like a coach will have an excuse book and it's like, oh, we lost? Yep, no worries. Turn to page 394.
You're on thin ice, mate. That's just you gotta stop doing that. Everyone on YouTube picks it up.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, hello, YouTube.
G'day.
Come on from your live. Everyone on YouTube is very active at the moment. We're big on YouTube. We're getting bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Very visual podcast, I think we get.
Well, we're very visual people.
We are. And hello to everyone listening in the ears.
Yep, we're also very audible people.
Great to have you wherever you are, have you listening. We're just glad that you are, guys. Let's get a big, lots happened here. Let's lube each other up here. I don't know if you saw the NRL. Lots happening.
No. Talk me through it.
Jerome Luai rescued from a wave pool. Now, this is actually pretty funny. Did you see this at all?
Now, before I laugh, was it like...
No, he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he laughed it off. But did you see it at all or not?
No.
So I think it was New South Wales. They're going into camp, about to go into camp. And the boys were like, team bonding, let's do some surfing at Urban Surf.
Yep.
So
sure.
not really, not a beach.
I mean, not even a little bit.
Just a wave pool.
Yeah.
And he can't surf. He's from Penrith. There's no beaches in Penrith. But he got on a bodyboard and went out there before anyone else because the boys dared him. Anyway, he got stuck out there and couldn't get back in. Like generally just was stuck out there, didn't have, he's not used to the water. I don't know what happened there. Got stuck out there, had to get rescued from the wave pool from a lifeguard, pulled out of the water. He was so good. Get it up, you watch it. He was so good about it. Like he was very, very funny about saying like his life flashed before his eyes and how, I'm not used to swimming, I'm not a good swimmer.
I do recognise this guy. He definitely played in the Origin,
he's good,
didn't he?
mate. Yeah, he's very, very good. Very, very good. But it's just so funny. Like the story coming out of the NRL yesterday was player rescue from wave pool. Like just stand up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're in a wave pool.
How deep do you reckon it wouldn't be like?
It's not that deep. I mean, I can just touch the bottom, but I am six. I'm big. I'm Big Dan, so I'm 6'10". So that makes sense that I can touch the bottom, but he probably couldn't. Yeah. But just so if I like how an NRL player just stuck in a wave pool, rescued from a wave pool.
It's good to just peg athletes down a little bit from time to time.
Just a little bit.
Just be like, come on, mate.
Just a little bit. And they're also going to Vegas, they announced.
Oh, God.
They're killing us, man. As a league, they're wiping the floor with the AFL and what they're doing. They're taking 4 NRL teams, putting a women's national team, the Gillaroos, versus England's women's team.
Yep.
And then taking the Super Rugby League game as well there. Like they are, we went to Sydney and Gold Coast and we hated it. They're going to Vegas again. Pretty cool. We should go.
Or do we pretend to be massive NRL fans?
I think we go for that week and just experience it, then report back to the AFL what they're missing out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Like so many strip joints. There's so much good food in the strip joints you could report back on.
Oh, I'll do a review of all the nachos,
Yeah.
hot wings. Yeah.
I mean, we could go there and like just get carried away and not see any rugby.
I think that there's a really legitimate chance of that. But do we know when it is as well?
I think it's March. I
Okay.
think it's a week before the AFL kicks off. Very cool they're going to Vegas. It just shows you how, the AFL has tried a few experiments to make it work. Went to China.
New Zealand.
Yep. So it is.
That's about.
But they've gone to Vegas and found like, okay, a big market.
Yep.
And obviously people go, they were saying that people who went to Vegas, obviously a lot of the Aussies went there to watch the games, but people who just live in Vegas, because a lot of people live in Nevada.
Sure.
So they went just to go to the rugby, and apparently their viewership engagement is through the roof this year because of it.
Well, I do know that they've got a decent participation rate for rugby in the States, like at a grassroots level, admittedly. So I think it makes total sense to be branching out there.
Have we pigeonholed ourselves?
Little bit.
Aussie rules. But do we need to even expand or not? Are we happy with it just being a national game and that's it? Like, will we ever go? I mean, we try and recruit overseas. We went and got Mason. When we got, we've gone and other codes to get players and athletes. But are we just happy being in Australia? Do we need to go international?
I think that if we had the opportunity to live for the next 500-600 years, I'm convinced we'll probably at some stage branch out.
Wow.
But I think it would have to be a really organic, normal thing to do because imagine how embarrassing. Like if we got a New Zealand, I reckon maybe New Zealand's probably the first place to start.
Yeah, give them a team.
But we'd smash them. North Melbourne would go to town on them.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, true. Yeah, they would. I think what's another one you go to? I mean, it's just would never happen, but like a Bali team. Like,
how good would that
we
be?
just smoke them. Okay, North Melbourne's fixtures come out. They've got Bali every second week. That's weird.
How good would being drafted to Bali be?
That'd actually be very fun.
It'd be unreal.
What else is close? That's semi-close that you go to? Singapore?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I reckon, mate, you could probably toss around like a Fiji or
Yeah.
that's probably too small.
I mean, we won't be around to see that.
No.
Like you're right. That's going to be a long, long time. I don't think we even do. I think we've really, the NRL doing it really well.
Yeah.
Expanding, even if they lose money on it, just getting it on a global scale to get it in front of Americans. So smart.
I mean, we can borderline get Tassie over the line, so I reckon a Bali team's a little while off.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Tassie's still struggling to get off the ground. A lot of mixed reviews in that stadium that came through during the week. People loving it. A lot of architects getting their noses involved. And well, apparently with the design you've got there, architecturally speaking, the design of the stadium and the angles that it's coming off won't actually work. Shut up,
Yeah.
nerd. Shut up. We get it. Stadiums.
Yeah, you
we
do
know-
that.
We'll do the sport bit.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get in there. We'll drink the beers. We'll make it work. We'll get chin-chins in there. We'll get some tequila down there.
Yep.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got us sorted.
We're sweet. We're
Yeah.
sweet. Dude, else is coming up. 15 days to the Olympics. Let's bring home some gold, guys. Come on. Let's bring home some gold. Let's get around it. Bring home some golds. Out now. Look, we are good. First week Olympics, we're always good. Outside the pool, we can't breathe. We're pretty bad outside the pool. Really, we hang in. I tell you what about Aussies. We just compete. We're not great at stuff, but geez, we'll give it a go.
We're very present.
Marathon walking, fuck it, we'll have a crack at it.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Pole vaulting.
Sure.
I think we're okay at actually. High jump. We're not going to beat like the good countries at high jump, but we're there. 100 meter sprint. Nowhere near it. Bet your ass we'll have a crack at it.
Well, I mean, we have won gold in that, but
A long time ago.
Yeah. 24 years.
Yeah, a long time ago. But we just have a crack at things. We love everything water based. We're in and we're good. We're built on water.
Rowing,
Yeah,
swimming, whitewater rafting.
nah, we are so girt.
Yeah.
You know that? We're girt.
Girt by sea, baby.
So I'm actually excited to see it. Breakdancing's in this year.
What? Okay, right now,
If we've
tell
got
me
an
more.
amazing, if we've got an amazing breakdance, that'd be good. I don't know who our athlete is that was sitting for breakdancing.
Jonah-
Hey mate, what do you?
Jonah
The
Takalua.
village. There's a dream team. Oh my god, is that Australia's breakdancer? Like, okay, cool. I can see that. Like,
Justice Crew.
they're taking them over. It's going to be very cool. Now the Boomers Olympics group came out. We went and saw them last week.
Yep.
Then we got a problem. We've got Spain, Canada, Greece. Now I looked at Greece and said, okay, I don't think they're good at basketball. Okay, Giannis
Yeah.
and his brother.
Yep.
That he just tags along everywhere.
Yep.
We're in trouble. I think we're going to struggle to get this group.
Those European teams will shock you as to how many. They've always got like one superstar.
One
and,
superstar. And those European leagues, they're good. Play a different
Yeah.
system. They're like a bit like us. We don't do fancy dunks.
No.
Layups we love. Finger rolls, give me more of them. 3-pointers, 100%, but we're not doing dream team like
No.
windmills off the ball. That's scary.
No.
But the European teams, they're like technique. They're very good.
Yep.
Very good. So they're going to light us up. We could be in trouble. We might not get out of group. Canada's good.
Are they? Who are
SGA.
they? Yeah, okay.
Got, who else is the angry guy everyone hates? Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Lockdown defenders. Spain.
Yeah. There'd be someone.
Yeah.
I apologise to our basketball listeners that will annoy you, but
No,
Spain are always.
Yeah, Spain are good. So I'm very keen. 15 days is going to be great. I can't wait to just lock in and watch. Good time for us as well over there. I think we're starting like we'll get at 5 a.m.
Well,
or
the
thereabouts.
Boomers games are unbelievable. They're like, I think the Spain game's at 7 o'clock.
Oh, heaven.
And then the others are 9 o'clock.
Heaven.
So,
how much of an expert do you become during the Olympics on just stuff you don't care about at all? You're like, okay, I love archery now.
do we pick an obscure sport each?
That we get
And
around.
just Really.
Yeah. We'll report during the Olympics on what's happening over there because it's going to be massive. Let's get in the pod. Now, a lot happened last night or 2 nights ago. You're going to do that thing, aren't you, when you put it out? Lots happened.
Day.
Now, I love this sport. We all love this sport. It's the greatest game in the world. Gives us so much joy. But, geez, they're making it hard to keep up with. The league's hottest and best player can't win the Brownlow. You can't suspend him for that. You just can't. Like, out of everything we've seen this year, you're going to pick that one to be like, no, we are steadfast, we are strict, we're standing on business here. He's getting a week. Now, I know the AFL, they crack down on punches and all the punches are going to be viewed as intentional. But again, we've seen punches this year that have got offers. Zach Butters punches everyone. You know?
It's true.
He's punching blokes left, right, and centre. He's got fines.
Yeah.
I think there was one with Pendlebury to Neil early in the year at a
Yes.
stoppage, and that was open palm. Like they argued here with Heeney being open palm. Hogan to Young in the goal square. Like, there's intentional punches like that, and then there's technique punches. Now, this was a forward craft punch. He reached out behind him, and they all argued, no, you could see him in your vision. Like, come on. That's not an argument. No. It was, I think we all thought that he was going to get off. He even told us he was going to get off. You know?
Yeah.
We got people in DMs telling us, big names in DMs we have.
Really? I don't have access to the DMs.
We had a chat to him.
You did not.
We had a chat. No, we put the thing up on just saying it was a joke that he was going for one match and how he couldn't be suspended. And he's like, yeah, look, I'm going to argue it. And when I said to him, hey, from the DDF family, good luck. Let's hope you get off. Rats at the AFL that didn't get him off.
How do you feel upon reflection? You've had a little while to just soak all this in.
About the decision?
Yeah.
Hate it. Hate it.
But how do you really feel? Disappointed? Sad?
This is a fucking Harry Potter thing, isn't it?
No.
No? You're being serious?
No, I just want to.
I do. I feel flat for. I have for the whole year of what we're doing here because it's so inconsistent again.
Yeah.
It's just like you come in here and say the same stuff about it. It's just so inconsistent. So you can intentionally punch someone, but you can't forward craft punch someone. You know?
It's true.
Like, what are we doing here? And I get you cracking down on it, but God, there's got to be some kind of difference there where someone's actually trying to get separation and a forward craft, and he didn't come back to him. He literally reached out behind him and said, I need to get distance from you. He didn't look him in the face and so let's try and make him bleed from the mouth.
No.
But that's just, I just found it really, really flat. Now, I hope they take it higher. We know with the Paddy Cripps one that he went to the tribunal once. They upheld it, said, no, you're getting banned. They then went against the AFL and argued it. So let's hope and pray that they do that because he's winning the Brownlow as we speak right now. I think all signs lead to him winning it. He'll bolt out the gates and he'll hold on. And yes, the pack is coming. But if we're going to get to Brownlow night and we're going to sit from opening round to round 17 and he's going to be winning it with a big red cross next to his name. And the AFL hate that. Our conspiracy theory has been that they do not want a winner who's suspended to win the Brownlow.
Yeah.
And we could have this happen.
So who's front runner now? Bont? It's Bont's year, do you reckon?
I don't think I think Bont's going to be around the mark now. I don't think they're going to win enough games in the back end, next 7 games to get him over the line. I think Dacos is much the same. He's come for a charge, but I don't think they're going to win enough to give him a chance. I think it's Cripper Neil. Unless, obviously, Heeney gets off. Neil could come from nowhere to win this now.
Totally.
It was just like, you watch the AFL on the conspiracy theory, you watch the AFL now, knowing that he's suspended, he'll have 40-4 in 2 weeks and big 0 votes. You know?
Totally.
He'll have all these games where he dominates. It's like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild that even the umpires can still vote on him.
It's true. Yeah.
Like, what a waste
What's
of
the
a vote.
point?
The lead, what a waste of a vote for
Yeah.
someone who actually could play. So I think now people are saying the whole rules around the Brownlow should change. Like, how do we actually remove the fairest element of the Brownlow? I'm still thinking keep it as it is. Like the Rising Star, you know that this is how it is. The easiest thing to do is just not suspend blokes for things that aren't suspendable offences.
That's fair.
Like, let's go through the whole system and fix it so this doesn't happen again. Fair enough, it was a punch like a Jimmy to Jai at the start of the year. You go, okay, well, you can't win a Brownlow now. That's just dumb. But stuff like, is that really how someone who's having a career year might not ever get back to this level? When he looks back in his career, he goes, how'd you lose the Brownlow? Oh, someone was behind me. I reached out behind me, accidentally got him high. Wasn't a free kick. And then they suspended me for a week and I lost the Brownlow.
Yeah.
Just doesn't sit right with me. You work too hard as a player and invest all this time and effort for a decision like that to ruin the greatest moment of your career, obviously, other than the premiership.
Yeah.
I felt flat for him.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Sitting there.
He's a lovely guy. And I also think, just while you've been spitballing there, do you reckon there's also a fair amount of contradiction around the fact that you could still be eligible even if you've just been fined? Because being fined is still saying you did the wrong thing.
Well, and again, that's the argument. Is being fined fairest at all?
And yet, well, it's
Like-
not. If you're off completely,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're off. You
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong. But
know.
being like, okay, $1,500 because you did the wrong thing, it's still not very fair.
It's
So-
just, I mean, the AFL has a massive off-season coming up to fix
Yeah.
all this stuff. And don't do anything this year, please, for the love of God, just leave it alone. But at the end of the year, I think Laura Kane and the AFL and Andrew Dillon are going to sit down and go, we cannot have a year like this again. This has just been a shit show. It's been an absolute circus. We don't know what we're doing. And be honest with us as well about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Go away and say, listen, we're going to go look at everything. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to come back with you. I'm going to hopefully have a better product for you guys to watch. So you know what's happening. So when you know on the field when something happens, hey, that's going to be that because X, Y, and Z. And
Yep.
these are the guidelines. Like, it's just a spin the wheel
Yeah, it is.
fest at the moment and see where you land. Apparently people are saying that with the Brownlow for the best and fairest element, that maybe some ideas are that you can lose votes for the games you're suspended in.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you get a week, you get a point taken off your Brownlow count. If you get 2 weeks, you get 2 off. If you get 3, you get 3 off.
That's good. And then
Or-
potentially you can't get votes for the game that you did
And
it
that
in.
was another one. Or the votes that you get, if Heeney got 2 on the weekend, which he probably might have got 1 or 2,
Yeah.
then he can't get them added to his tally.
I think okay, now we're talking fair. That's probably fair.
And again, it's one of those ones where everyone's going to be on opposing views and we're going to get nowhere. The AFL won't change it. It's just, let's just get it right
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Poor Heeney. Let's have a round of applause for Adam Simpson. Great career. Great coaching career. Now, probably was coming. Writing was on the wall for old Simmo. Tough to keep your gig when you go, 10 and 60 or something like that after the bye.
Not great.
Not great. But the whole press conference to me was super awkward. You and I spoke about it straight away. Don't you reckon it was just like a bizarre, awkward sexual tension kind of thing? I mean, we're not sexual.
Was it
but,
sexual?
but like very awkward.
Oh,
and they always
yeah.
are sort of awkward. But this one, extremely just weird.
They're not always awkward. I didn't think like the Dimmer presser was that awkward.
No.
I mean, obviously he chose to leave rather than being given the sack, but
Yeah.
this was really on edge stuff. Like
The
it was hard to
Dimmer
watch.
one, as you said, felt mutual.
Yeah.
Which they yesterday at Simmo's one kept saying, this is mutual. Like, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, it's very mutual. So the board wanted me to get sacked and I wanted to coach. So we came to a compromise and I got sacked.
Totally.
Like clearly he wanted to stay there. He had a year to go in his contract. Now, on the press conference, Don Pike said that they wanted him to coach on for Liam Ryan's 100th.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Yeah.
And then he said, look, we haven't even spoken about that. Like, I don't know why you'd say that. Why would you lead with that? Like pressuring him into it.
That was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I felt really, just a weird way to lead into someone who you're trying to like say thanks for everything you've
Yeah.
done, to be like, oh, actually,
He'll be coaching.
we want him to coach again one more. Like, we love Liam Ryan. He loves rugs, but we don't need to, get him to coach again. What does he get out of coaching?
No. His reaction though, I don't know if I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Actually, Dom.
Well, he rolled his eyes during it when Don was speaking. So that was awkward there. And then he walked past, I think it was Bailey Williams, and said, you have to stay. Which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He clipped a few people on the way out. He definitely whacked a local report on the way out, which
Yeah.
is awesome. I think the question was like, what point did you realize that maybe your time was up here? And he goes, I reckon by your 300th article. What was his name? We got his name here. I wrote it down.
Did you see? I think that they've whacked him back. Did you see the back of the Western Australian this
Oh,
morning?
mate, I'm not going to miss them in a minute. Yeah, Mitch Woodcock, his name is. And then obviously as I said, they kept saying it's mutual. It clearly wasn't mutual. This is the guy who led them a flag in 2018. Just has done an unbelievable job. Took the job in 2014, then in 2015 they go to a grand final, 2016 qualifying final, 2017 semi-final, 2018 win the flag, 2019 semi-final, 2020 qualifying final.
That's a pretty good record.
What a rap sheet. And COVID got a hold of everyone, you know? We all lost our jobs.
Yeah.
We all struggled during COVID. So, yeah, after COVID, things have been rough. Since 2021, the Eagles went on to win 10 and lose 60. That's not great. Average losing margin of 53 points. That's always going to, the writing's on the wall then. But, he's still getting $1 million. Big payout to come.
Happy days.
Big payout. That's nothing to them. That's chump change to a club like that. They're making bank.
Yeah, that's true.
That's absolutely nothing to them. So, the Prince as well was good. Harley got on
Yes.
Instagram. Said, thank you so much, Simmo. He said, couldn't thank this bloke enough for what he's done in such a short time in my career. One of the greatest to ever do it and has to put up with so much crap. A little dig at these fucking rats at the Western Australian. Mitch would go, hey, Western Australian, doing too much. Just too much, don't you reckon? You got to stop. You got to dial it back a bit on what you're doing over there. The whole Harley Reid stuff was just weird and crazy, how like what you've done to him. And if he leaves, I think we'll all say, no shit, because of you and what you do every day to him. But the press conference, he had a dig at Mitch Woodcock, and fair enough. And then instead of maybe doing something nice for Simmo on the front page of the Western Australian and saying, thanks for your service, any other headline would have been good. That would have been a little bit respectful. They put like 50 or 60 L's across the page of the front paper in red and sprinkled 6 W's in for wins and said, see ya, Simmo. Get your ass out of town, Mitch Woodcock, you rat. You disrespect. That is so shit. He's banned from listening to the pod.
Oh, big time.
He's not allowed to listen.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to listen, okay? I'm done with that. That didn't sit well with me. That didn't sit well at all with me.
Disrespectful. Even if he wasn't a great coach. Like, what a shit thing to do, just in general.
Western Australian doing some rogue things over there.
Yeah.
Who's their demo? Who's picking that up and buying that?
Now, that I don't know, because I've never been able to actually read it, but you just get filtered through some of the headlines. And you
Doing
go,
too
"What?"
much, WA. You need to calm down. Now, the whole thing, other than getting angry at the Western Australian, this whole thing now for West Coast, does the Prince think twice about signing a contract extension? Does he wait until his final year to make a decision? Because all talks were, hey, we're going to extend him, put him on $1.4 million in his 3rd or 4th year, and then we'll go from there. He might just say, well, I don't even know who's coaching us. This made me uneasy. I'm going to just call the Jets here and sign him with you guys.
I think it has to be considered. It really does. I find it would be very disappointing for a young player, an absolute stud, to not want to stay at a club because of a newspaper. But
True. If they do, Mitch Woodcock might just be, public enemy number 1. No, someone else does that one. I know Mitch Woodcock doesn't do those ones with Harley.
Yeah.
It's someone else. Anyway, WA would be to blame.
Their website, I'm just having a look at the West Australian now. They've got some nice things on him here.
Okay.
But just on their website, and I don't want to be rude. Who reads the paper on the website?
Not me. No. Not
so
me.
they've hidden that away.
Yeah, it's gross. So Eagles, they're free fall now. They've got 7 games to go. Like a lot will happen now. Jared Schofield will coach them. Now he coached Subiaco over there to 3 Flags. Spent 2 years at Port as an assistant. Now he'll take the reins. And this is what happens in these situations. The board tells the interim coach, you've got to play the young kids.
Yep.
Like, we've got to see them and make some decisions here. So they're going to park the blokes who are veterans. So maybe you'll see your Jack Darlings, or Andrew Gaff hasn't been playing, but your Dom Sheeds might get pulled back from playing, and then they'll start just blooding these young kids to look at them, which would be good. And there'll be a sugar hit now as well for the Eagles.
Yeah.
A new coach, give them some new perspective. Like, this would be a good thing for where they're going.
But will he have can he change anything? Like, what's the go? Like, between now and the end of the year?
There's not much an interim coach can do.
No.
All your tactics are in. He might change a few things, tweaking the ball going forward, or your defensive setups, but he's not going to change the whole system now. There's no point.
So, but then that just begs the question, why in the first place? Like, if you're not going to be able to change anything.
Because the board will generally tell him. The whole board will come down to him and say, hey, we need to look at everything now. So go and play the young kids that we've picked up. Go and play the guys who have played 5 games. Like, we need to see what we've got at AFL level. And then in the off-season, we'll go back and make decisions on the older blokes who we've seen enough of this year and in their history. And we've seen 6 games of the young kids at AFL level. Like, that's how they'll get set up for next year.
Yep.
Dean Cox, front runner.
I love that.
Absolute front runner. So I think he'd be good. It'd be great to see the Eagles with massive cocks. Don't you reckon?
Oh, big time.
He was a stud back in the day, premiership player. Just now he's at Sydney. I don't think Sydney get rid of him. They won't lose him. I think he's next in line for Sydney's job.
Wow.
And he might be waiting 5 years for that because Horse is going well.
He wouldn't wait 5 years.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
But Sydney might pay him enough to stay there and just say, hey, well, you're too valuable to lose. We're going to pay you well to stay here. Or does he go back home to the Eagles and take that job? Now, that job is like a 4-year rebuild. That's not a quick fix there at all. Is he willing to go back home to West Coast and be like, you know what, I'm going to stick this out for 4 years, knowing that we're going to get smoked for most of it? They'll throw the kitchen. Stewie Jew was another one. Sorry, fly. Stewie Jew, another one. Ash Hansen, another one.
Yeah, Ash Hansen, I don't mind
Yeah.
that. Stewie, well, you're still you're pretty firm on him.
I'm big on him. I'll
Paul-
change I'll change the Guernsey.
Yeah.
If he gets the Eagles job, change the polo.
Will that just be forever? No matter where he goes, you just
Change
change
his
that
polo.
up.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. So
think
they're the
that's
front
what I
runners
do.
right now. But no, it's interesting. This is how it goes. Eagles got a lot of work to do. They got to bring this back somehow.
Yeah.
I'm picking them this week.
Jesus, after all of that.
Bet your ass I am. Yeah, I'm picking them. Got a vibe. I know how these things go, mate. They fucking come out breathing fire.
That's
When a
true.
coach gets sacked, it's just like, oh, they're a new team.
Oh, then look at the Saints.
Yeah, and then you're in trouble. Mitch Lewis, poor Mitch Lewis, our friend of the show, ACL. How unlucky is he? So he comes back in the team. He gets through most of the game, gets knocked out, a straight elbow in the air, mid-air, lands on his knee awkwardly, wakes up from concussion, goes, my knee sore, turns out ACL. Poor bloke, can't get a run at it. That's going to be, and for the Hawks as well, who maybe were a small shot at making finals this year, need him to be there to do it.
They were a romantic hope, but they statistically and like the maths were, they could add up. Like they could have been
They can
there
get
for
there.
sure.
Yeah,
you know?
they can get there. I think it's too much now without him.
Yeah.
He's too important. So our thoughts are with Mitch there. Also retiring from the AFL, Josh Carmichael. Mid-season pickup 2022, hasn't been able to train for months, and the AFL medical panel have told him to retire from all contact sports. Now, this is the 4th concussion retirement this year. Had Brayshaw, Murphy, O'Driscoll, and now Josh Carmichael. AFL is really, we know how they're going with head knocks. So we feel for Josh, obviously shit to retire from contact sports, but the AFL is obviously building, not a counter case, but a thing to say, hey, we're looking after these players.
Yeah, we're doing the right thing.
Given the 800 that are coming in the tsunami, we don't
We've
know
got
about
4.
them. Yeah, we've got 4. Hey, I know these 800 are not good. Okay, like that guy's just staring at the wall and blinking really fast. Yeah.
He's pretending to bake a cake, and, but
Hey, that one's naked.
Yeah.
but these 4,
yeah,
look what we've done.
what do you want from
Pretty
us?
good examples. Yeah. So thoughts with him and the injury list at Collingwood just gets bigger and bigger. Toby Green made some news. He broke the record for the most sanctioned player in the AFL history, which is a good effort. Well done. Well done.
Well done,
Now,
mate.
he's hit on Brodie Kemp over the weekend. He broke the record for being most charged player ever. He's been sanctioned, so either fined or suspended, 25 times. That's every 9 games Toby plays, he gets punished by the AFL with either a fine or suspension. So he's paid the AFL $35K in fines. Good record. Every 9 games is pretty good.
That is great.
Yeah.
Tell you who's also on track for something like that is Zach Butters.
Yeah, he punches everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why he somehow slips under the radar in that comparison, for me at least.
Toby has a lot of memorable ones, like big moment, like big game ones. I think Butters is just like in-season shit ones.
Yeah.
So at Port, what you've got is Jason Horne-Francis just looking busy.
Yep.
And Zach Butters just punching blokes left, right and centre. Like there's a lot happening in the Port midfield. It's too busy.
Quite a bit on.
And Connor Rosage, who's just good looking.
Yeah, he's the calm.
I know. I want to get into, just before we get into our preview for the round, let's go on the Euros.
What's going on?
Spain through?
Spain beat France 2-1, which is they've probably been they probably have been the best team of the tournament, but I didn't think they'd be able to beat France.
No.
So we're now going to have to talk in future tense and assume that either England or Netherlands
Oh, yeah, fuck.
have won.
Who do you reckon? I think it's England. It's coming home.
If they do, they'll really scrape through. Like they have not been able to score goals the entire tournament.
Wow.
So I would not be surprised if it's a 0-0 or a 1-1 through
Right.
penalties.
So we're putting some cash on them. You're going to say qualify, but not in regular time?
Yeah, no.
through penalties.
Once you get to round of 16 onwards, I don't look at regular time at
Don't
all.
you?
Nah.
So just go to qualify
Nah.
or to get through into the final.
Yeah, qualify.
Right.
But I reckon, have a look at my feed by tomorrow. I reckon I could be pretty big on Netherlands. I love what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah, they seem exciting.
Yeah,
Netherlands.
definitely.
Yeah, they're exciting.
And England really are just scraping through. Like they're just, it's all a bit flat. Like they're there, but they're not really.
See that goal by the Spaniard?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Spaniard. Spaniard was,
By the
Spaniard was out there. They're 16 years old. What's his name again?
His name Yamal.
Yamal.
Yeah.
Yamal. So he's the next prodigy. Is he like the next Ronaldo level we're talking?
Well, I mean that's
16.
yeah, but it is just different in that sport. It is.
It's different now.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, with academies, like you
Oh,
get
they're
them
younger.
from like seriously 5 or 6.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Because they do a lot of their schooling through their clubs.
Oh, wow. So like some people be doing maths and he's like, I got dribbling for an hour.
No. Like he would study at Barcelona. Like he'd do his school at Barcelona.
At the soccer club?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I would imagine that if you could do school at the AIA Centre.
I did. AIS Academy made it. Been there, done that.
IAA?
Yeah.
AIA?
AIS.
AIA?
I know you're talking about Collingwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know that. I'm just saying I went to AIS.
Oh, really? Was it good?
Australian Institute of Sport.
Yep. You enjoy it?
Wasn't a great experience.
Really?
When you're a prodigy coming at SA, being forced to like play football, not fun.
That's true.
Not fun.
Well,
Shoved
it's
down
in
my throat.
Canberra, right?
It's in Canberra.
Yeah.
Tell you what Canberra is? Shithole.
What's worse, Canberra, Geelong?
Oh, fuck. Nah, Geelong's better than Canberra. Canberra's cooked, mate.
Yeah, right.
Where would I rather spend a night? NG Stadium or Canberra? I mean, they did have porn and fireworks legal until a couple of years ago, so that would have been a good combo.
That's true. Sitting in the Toby Green tent.
I haven't seen NG with porn or fireworks yet. I'd rather spend a night in probably Canberra than NG Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you been to Canberra?
Nah.
Not missing much. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna get up for this game.
Yep, good man.
I'm praying that England get over the line because listen. Do I love a bandwagon and jump on one straight away when something's good? You bet your ass I do. Now, I don't have to jump on this because I'm part of it. I'm English.
Really?
Yeah.
How far?
I'm 50 Yugo, 50 English, mate.
Sorry?
50 Yugo.
50 Yugo.
Yeah.
What's that, mate?
Yugoslavian.
Oh, 50
Got
Yugo.
that fiery blood, man.
Yep, 50 Yugo, then
tell you
50.
what. And 50% English.
Right.
From Hastings in England, my dad came from. Out my dad's ballsack.
Was Ew.
I was sitting around in his nuts and came out and said, Mummy, time to grow a big motherfucker. Big Dan's coming out.
Was Papa Gorringe, did he grow up in Hastings and come out, or was his family from there and he was
He grew up in Hastings, came
Right.
out, then went back, then hated it, then came back out.
So you've got a passport or could get one if you want?
Could easily.
Really?
Yeah, you got that dual citizenship.
That's unreal.
They love me. I'm big in England as well. They love me.
Really?
They love me in England, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking love going there. London's a shithole, actually.
Yeah.
London is a shithole.
London
I've
is-
been a few friends in London at the moment. It looks horrible.
Yeah.
I've been there. I was there last year, and fuck me, warm beers aren't it.
Well,
No,
yeah. Well, that's
mate.
where you got to get on red wine by the fireplace.
True. People who love warm beers are a bit psychotic.
Yep. Do you count dark beers or just warm beers?
Dart beers?
Dark.
A dart with your beer? A dark beer, like a stout.
Yeah, like a stout.
Yeah. No, I don't like them. I like Guinness, but I like
Okay.
it cold. Probably don't drink probably don't drink Guinness cold.
No, well, you don't. No.
Don't you?
No.
We're going to be off track here. Hey, let's get in the round right now. 7 weeks to go. 7 weeks to go. Finals fixture. Come on. Now, last year we thought that 12 wins would get you in. This year it's looking like 13 or 14. We get
Yep.
your ticket to the finals, which is it's a logjam at the moment still. We've still got, I think Hawks are on 32. They're probably the only one on the outside who definitely need to keep winning to give themselves a chance. Anything down from the Hawks, like your St Kilda, I think a 14th, Adelaide 15th, they're done.
Yep.
So Hawks are hanging on. And then from Hawthorn all the way up to probably fourth is who? Essendon?
Essendon, yep.
It's anyone's game to get into that last four.
The year of the percentage, eh?
Well, their percentage is under 100.
Yeah.
So they're hanging. They got to get some big wins here, and they have a big game on Melbourne against Melbourne this week to boost that. But Friday night is big. Friday night football. Geelong v Collingwood at the MCG. Pies going back to back. Looking to go back to back. Back to back losses. They wanted to go back this year, and they could do it right now.
Yeah, well done.
Could be earlier than they thought. Now, last 3 games have been decided by, on average, less than 2 goals between these two teams. They match up well against each other. They love playing against each other. Pies are hanging on for dear life, as we said. Myercheck, Tora Peck, he's out. Jamie Elliott has come from the clouds to be available for selection. Now, he hasn't played since round 8, and lots of people thought that he was not going to play again. He had this vascular injury in his foot. So when he'd play, he wasn't getting blood flow to his foot. So he'd take his boot off and his foot would literally be black and blue. And they're like, okay, that's not well. So he's gone away. He's now back. My check out means Howe has to play forward. They tried Trailer Frampton there, didn't like it. So Jeremy Howe has to be the spearhead. I don't think Mason Cox is available. And they're up against a Geelong team who's got their mojo back.
Yeah.
Yes, they're boring and yes, they're old.
Yep.
Old as shit. But don't forget, they went 7-0. So they're a team that can get hot quick and get on a run. They're back to playing slingshot footy.
Yep.
Now, if you remember early in the year, we were talking about how high up the ground they got Jeremy Cameron, half back almost with Brad Close and Grind Mines and slingshotting forward. They went away from that. They're now coming back to that game style. Now, Cameron isn't getting as far back, but he's getting to about halfway on the ground and they're just flying forward. So that's what they're going to do again going forward. Now, yellow boots, don't want to see Cameron in the yellow boots.
Nope.
I want to see less yellow boots for the business trip from Geelong. It's just, I think Jez could go back to black.
They're not a business boot at all, are
They're
they?
not. It's at home. We're playing Hawthorn. This is
Yeah.
going to be an absolute shellacking boot.
Yeah.
This is a business trip to the MCG. And they don't have a ruckman still, which annoys me. Just play a ruckman. Play Reece Stanley. They'd rather Sam DeConning in there as an extra mid, not even worrying about the hit-outs.
Yeah.
Against Darcy Cameron. Darcy Cameron's a dog. He's a great ruckman.
Do you rate Reece Stanley?
No.
No, but
I like him. I think he's a great person, but in terms of ruckman in the AFL, I think he's just shown us that he's probably not. He's never been a ruckman really.
no. He's certainly, even when he was at St Kilda, he definitely played more forward.
Even in their premiership year, they didn't really want him to win the hit out or look at him to win hit outs. It was just to get around the ground. So I think when we talk about Reece Stanley, people are like, oh, you know, they critique him harder because they look at him as a ruckman. He's not a ruckman. He's actually like a Sam DeConning, but you put him forward. So I don't know what they're going to do. They might keep Sam DeConning forward, but I just can't pick the Pies from what I've seen this year. I've said they're a different team. There's no pace in what they're doing at the moment. They had a lot of pace last year. So Geelong with the business trip up the highway into Melbourne, I think they'll win easily.
Respect.
What's Tipper's Choice saying?
Tipper's Choice, 57% Collingwood.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's been a Tipper's Choice. Now, Saturday football, 2 games that start at the same time, which isn't a nightmare at all to watch. So
That's fine.
that's great that they've done that. Hawks v Freo and Tassie, your hometown. Now, Hawks did get reality checked last week, big time. Ran into a absolute legit team and got poleaxed.
Yep.
They need to win this to stay in the hunt, as we said. Need to win here. Mitch Lewis, torn ACL, we said. Sicily and Ginnivan could come back and play, which would boost them. But they need those two to have a chance to win this game against Freo. I close my eyes and I can see them doing this.
It'd be big.
It'd be massive. But Chol's got a lot of work to do. He now, do I think he cares that much about carrying the forward line? Not really, because he's just cool with it.
That's true.
I think he's like, whatever, I'll do it, no stress. Like, wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
Just goes out there and plays because he's cool as. But he needs to take a big load now. Lewis is out. I think it's a game where our boy the Wizard starts firing up. He's due for it. I think it's a day out. The Wiz.
And the Wiz has been on my mind after the hotline on Monday.
It was a good point from the hotline.
Yeah.
He does the same game as a caddy, and everyone says he's no good.
And he rips up the VFL, and UTAS Oval, it's a little bit VFL-y.
Yeah.
So read into that what you will.
I mean, we got to respect Freo, as I keep saying. They get put in the graveyard and these early Saturday games, and they just don't care that no one's watching them because they just go out and do their business. Like, they're a serious team. We're gonna get to the end of the season and we'll go, okay, look at the ladder. Yep, there's Sydney, Carlton. Okay, Essendon. Freo. They've got a home final.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, totally.
Crazy that what they're doing.
And if they've got that, oof, look out.
Well, if they've got that, so I think the projections say that they'll get a first final away.
Yep.
And then you think that they'd struggle to win in a Melbourne against whoever. But then would get a home final the week after against, one of the other teams.
Yeah.
Who finished 5th to 8th. I'm going to go I'm going Hawthorn here only because I think they'll want it more and need it more. And Freo have done a lot of bouncing around, travel-wise, Sydney, then back home, and now to Tassie without their full back.
Yeah. I think if Hawthorn win as well, this blows the ladder up a bit. Like it's, you've got a Freo in third who are on equal points to Essendon and only 2 points in front of Cats and Port Adelaide. So if they drop points there, like it's a pretty big game.
Well, Freo win this and they kind of start putting some concrete into this top 4 spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
At least set the foundations
Definitely.
for it. Like,
you put the flags out.
Put the flags out, get ready, tell the concreters, hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, and then the week after you put the concrete in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Hawthorn.
Yep.
Sydney v North. Now, Sydney have lost their last 2 games and now playing with their hottest player. Yeah. It's an absolute joke. They get their captain back, Callum Mills.
Yeah.
Which is big. Now, remember, he's been out all year with a shoulder injury. He tore his rotator cuff off the bone because he was wrestling at Mad Monday, which is how you want to do it.
Which I get.
Yeah, listen, do I love a few wrestles and a few beers on Mad Monday? Sure. Do I love just tearing my rotator cuff off the bone on Mad Monday? Why not? Bugger it. Missed all year as a captain. He's back. Luke Parker is also available for selection after he buried someone in Frankston. So they've got some studs coming back here.
Yeah.
Heeney going out, then these 2 coming back in. Again, they're stacked. I don't know who comes out for Parker.
Yeah. They can be
Parker
scary.
going to get back in this team?
Well, you've been saying that for a while now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who does.
But I think off the back of 2 losses that I think that you can find a space somewhere.
You're bringing something familiar.
Yeah.
Just a dog in there to go crazy.
They can't be losing this game. Like, could you imagine what...
If they lose this, like the media will all blow up. This would be crazy.
Yeah.
But don't discount North. North are playing competitive footy. It's like they've got this year, North, and said, we know what we're good at and we're just going to keep doing it. Like, we're good at effort. We can bring effort.
They've still only won the 2 games.
I know that they have, but they're just playing with effort. They're not trying to, do something outside of themselves, like fancy ball movement. Do they miss a few kicks? Yeah, they do. Do they turn it over? Yeah. Do they give you a look? They'll give you heaps of looks, but they just compete.
Yep.
And their shorts are a little bit shorter after that blood that went to it last week. So watch for their shorts to be a bit higher than usual, given how excited they are at the moment. Wardlaw back. Got one more session to get through, so let's hope he stays away from Hugh Greenwood. Just be putting a fluoro vest on Wardlaw and just saying, just no one touch him.
Yep.
Get him back. So midfield's good. They're North mids. Wardlaw, Sheasel, LDU, McKercher now, like those running around the midfield half back.
Yeah.
Actually going to be a problem for Sydney. I don't think they're a problem going forward to kick goals, but I think midfield, if you have those 4 in there,
Okay.
look out.
Wow. I mean, Tipper's choice is
ground.
98%, so I don't think we'll be too worried.
Look, I'm picking Sydney. There's no way North win this, but I think that it'll be a lot more competitive than people think.
Okay. Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. Sydney, but yeah, it'll be competitive. Big game here. This actually is big given where we're at in the ladder. Dogs, Carlton, Marvel. Now, Doggies got smacked in Adelaide last week and Blues got, again, a reality check by the hot Giants. So my hip's shaking in the socket. Just thinking about this, but this is Cripper's 200th game. Now, Brownlow medalist, 3-time All-Australian, AFLPA MVP, captain, 4-time club, best and fairest, and all-time dog. Like just a man. Carried Carlton for years. You look at his shoulder strapping. You know why he has that? Carried him.
Well, it's Chris Judd-esque, isn't it, really?
It is. Yeah, he is just the man. Like, I love him so much. He's carried this footy club through all the shit times, and now he's going to hopefully get some reward at the back end of the season. Now, I'm not saying win the flag, but going back to another finals and maybe winning a couple of finals is the reward. But just being an absolute stud for the football club for a long time.
Is he your favourite player?
I'm making it sound like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
He just I think he's the best captain in the league. I think he's just like a player that you can just see like, when people question effort of players, I don't think you ever question his effort.
Totally.
Like just gives it all, his all every game. Now last week was, yes, a little speed hump. Just a little, what was that? But they don't lose on his 200th game. They respect him too much. They don't walk off Marvel without the 4 points.
I reckon a big game from Bontempelli, though, to ruin that party, given the fact he's now got a sniff of Charlie.
True. Well, I don't think the Dogs can.
Marvel,
we know it's their track.
Bastards have not left Marvel all year, it feels like.
Yeah, they're not allowed to leave Marvel. It's their track. It's their home deck. But I don't think the Dogs can without Norton and Liam Jones.
Yeah,
out.
it makes it tough.
So, like, either now Harry or both probably get off the leash.
Yeah.
Liam Jones is I keep saying it, he's so underrated, guys. Like, he's just an amazing defender, lockdown, intercepting mark. This Doggies defense, Rory Lobb's down there. Respect him for going down there and doing what he's doing at the moment because he's turned things around in the last 3 weeks. But either Harry or Charlie, they're too good of forwards to just let Rory float across the intercept. Like, he's going to have to defend. And I just don't think they can get it over the line. Their injury list is long at the moment, the Dogs.
Yeah.
It's long injury list. Long. But I said, I'm with you. I think the Bont could have Bont and Cripper head to head. That's a cream fest, isn't it? How good's that for the pants? That's unbelievable. So someone needs to help him out. Can we get Bont some help, please?
Yeah.
He's doing it all himself. Let's get someone. Hey, Bevo, how about we say, can someone please help Bont? He's going in the midfield. He's having his 20, and then Bevo goes, I need you to go forward in the last quarter, win the game for us. If I was Bont, I'd go to Jamal and say, hey, look, you need to help me here.
Yeah.
Like, kick some goals, please.
Yeah,
and Norton,
bugger.
defend some stuff. So I am going, the Blues just get things back on track here. They don't not win for Crippers 200.
Okay. Well, given someone said in the comments that I agree with everything you said, I'm going for the Western Bulldogs this week.
Thank you so much. And let's be on Corky watch for Wiedering.
Yes, please wear a guard.
Just wear a guard. I swear, if he gets another Corky, I'm going to lose it this weekend.
And fair enough too.
Just wear a guard. This is here we go. This is big. 7:30. A Saturday night. And again, just fantastic. There's 2 games at the same time, so that's great.
Get this out
Oh, yeah, true. Get your ink out.
for the camera.
St Kilda versus Adelaide in Adelaide, 14th versus 15th, but this will be a generally good game.
Totally.
It'll be very good. Both are starting to play some solid footy. Like, you give us this game 4 weeks ago, snooze fest.
Okay, 4 weeks ago, who wins it, do you think?
Adelaide.
Yep.
Oh, dude, they were going so bad. So were you guys. In Adelaide? Adelaide. I'm still big on Adelaide being such a better team in Adelaide.
And we weren't going that badly. Like, we kicked 110 points against Brisbane.
It was like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks
Do
ago.
you count the bye?
You lost that. But Saints got Sydney last week, started playing some fun footy, which is weird.
Yep.
Playing some really good footy with just a makeshift forward line. Not really anyone up there taking the reins up there. And Adelaide were pretty good against Brizzy. Like, very competitive up there. Now, the weather around Adelaide's going to be wet, no Rankin, but let's hope they bring in that big son of a bitch, Thilthorpe. Let's see him. Just unleash him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big bastard. So I think, let's be honest, there's another game at the same time, Melbourne-Essendon, that we'll all be watching. So no one will really watch this game except for you.
I'll be big time watching it.
I'm going to Adelaide only because it's in Adelaide.
Okay.
And I just think the ground plays a massive factor here.
I think that's fair. So just to make me feel better, you'd be tipping St Kilda if it was at Marvel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but
I think that hurts, but it makes a lot of sense.
Given there's no roof,
yes, it's true.
it's going to be difficult for the Saints here.
Yep.
And let's see everyone run across the bridge. If you go to this game, post-game, can you try and start getting everyone to run across the bridge? Or see how that goes. Or maybe just one person just run across and give us your experience in the hotline.
I can guarantee you that next time I'm there, I'm going to have to run across the bridge.
Yeah, well, they hate you in
Yeah,
Adelaide as well.
exactly.
Any feedback on how much you're hated there?
No, because I think probably a lot of my comments have ended up being quite justified.
True. Do you want to double down anything?
Well, this is all you need to know. This is my grand final. I
This
look at it
you're going to get shredded here if you
on
lose.
the calendar. I look at it and I go, St Kilda, Crom is the big one.
How much ruffling will you do if you win?
Oh,
Heaps.
heaps.
Are you expected to get ruffled?
Yeah. I mean, I'll put my phone away. But I welcome it.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I know how entitled they are, so they'll feel the need to say whatever they want.
You've done it now, mate. You can't fucking poke them like that. This is the game we'll all be watching instead. Same time on Saturday night. Melbourne versus Essendon. Absolutely big time.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time. Who even cares about Adelaide in that game? No one's watching that snooze fest. This is the one you want to tune into. No Gorn hurts. Got a chip in his leg. Said he reckons he's only going to miss one. He's got like a crack in his fibula. He's like, yeah, I'll probably be back in a couple of weeks. Don't reckon you will. Like, that's definitely just a broken leg. And I tell you what, he's out. When's the last time we had to think about a backup ruckman for Melbourne? Couldn't tell you.
They look silly now without Grundy, don't they?
Yeah, true. Should have kept him on 800k just for
Yeah,
this one
just for
week.
this one game. Totally.
I'm guessing Tom Fullerton from Brisbane
Okay.
they got would come in. They have another ruckman who's been in the wings in the VFL for a couple of years, I think, but I don't think they'd play him against Drapes and
Another
Goldie.
ruck for Melbourne feels
It's
weird.
weird without seeing Gorn in there playing ruck. They just haven't needed him to.
No.
They haven't needed another ruckman
He's
to take
very
over.
durable, actually, isn't
Well,
he?
considering he did 2 knees in his early part of his career,
Yeah.
he's not missed any footy really.
There you go.
It's weird. So I've got a great question about this game.
Okay.
And talk about injuries and no Gore, no Petrarca. Where's DJ Shitboy?
It's true.
It's true. I haven't seen DJ Shitboy even get on the park at lower level, let alone the AFL.
Where is he?
I think he's hurt his Achilles.
Okay.
I think he snapped his Achilles.
Okay, well, then that makes sense.
We need more DJ Shitboy.
Yeah.
Let's get him in the grand final and get him on the decks. Oh my God. As if we're not getting him on the decks.
10K party. DJ Shitboy.
Yes. That will be his one moment. That's his prime time for this year. Essendon, going to be nice to you guys here.
You can do it.
Still have some question marks, even though they won last week and they're playing some decent football. You're playing good football. So before you come into the studio and burn it down to the ground or come to my house and fucking insult me, you're playing good football, but there's question marks on you. And as I've said, those question marks will remain until you win a home final
Okay.
or a final of any sort.
So you're essentially saying that you will speak like this for the
Yes.
next 7 weeks, like
Yeah.
regardless of how they perform. They
Yeah.
need to win a home final.
Listen, I'm on your side, guys. I want you to win a final. I don't want. You think I like making jokes about you guys? People can't see me winking
Yeah,
unless you're on
they
YouTube.
can, yeah.
But I want you guys to win a final. I would love nothing more for you to break that 7,200 day or whatever curse it is and lift it. I will be down there. I'll celebrate with you at the hangar. We'll all go down to Airport West and hang out. Okay? But until you do that, I don't want to say get excited, but I just don't feel like you can fire a shot.
Yeah. Okay.
But in saying that, I think you win this game. No track, no Gorn. And that's rare to have no track and no Gorn.
It's true.
Maybe one, but to have both out, that's like you're getting Melbourne at the best spot
Yeah.
or best time possible. And it's going to be interesting because we keep complaining about Essendon's forwards and how it looks like it's disjointed. You know, who is the guy? Is it Wright? Is it Langford? Is it Jones who's playing higher? But now we'll get to see what's going to work for them going forward against the best 1-2 combo in the league in
true.
May and Lever. So we'll get to actually expose these forwards to like, okay, that Wright can play in a big final against a Wiedering or another backman. Like, you know, like those kind of defenders. This is going to be a good test for them to see how this can work.
I reckon a big game for Fresh Gresh. Mr. J.
Really? You
Gresham.
calling it?
Yeah.
How's he been this year?
Very good.
How have you seen his year given he left your mob to
He's
go?
been better.
Has he?
Yeah,
Than last
definitely.
year?
Than with us, absolutely.
Really? Was he
Yeah.
bad that last year?
No, it's just like cruising.
Hmm.
Just sort of there. Never really made a mistake, but never really tore a game open.
Yeah.
And now he's pretty good for 1 or 2 goals every game. And
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, Essendon has some pieces. The midfield's good. Merritt's just like Merritt could win a Brownlow.
Yeah. that's true.
We don't speak about him really, but he's right in it, I think. He's been unbelievable all year. Nick Martin flying off half back. Jack Colwell is tanned as hell, but he's playing. The last month has been good for him. So there are some pieces. The only thing that makes me nervous is that forward line set up. I don't like your 2 rucks, and your full back when a deep entry and full back, I get nervous for you.
Sure. I
I
think
just don't
that's
know what
fair.
defender's taking a big key forward.
So the Bombers.
Bombers a win.
Wow.
Who you going?
Melbourne.
You're just going to go opposite of me so no one says it ever again. Hey, Sunday football, Gold Coast v Port on the Goldie. Gold Coast win by 10 goals. I've deleted them losing to North completely from my brain when I look at this round
Yeah.
of football, given it's at home.
Yeah.
And it does not apply to me whatsoever. Do you reckon Stewie Drew looks at Dimmer now, given he was sacked, and goes, told you it was fucking hard.
100,000%.
Told you it was hard. Yeah,
Definitely.
Because he's up the road at Brizzy, and they're going okay. Oh, imagine them in a final. An assistant coach due against a Suns. That would be big. But he must look at this and go, hilarious.
Yeah, there's no way, even when they're doing well at home, that he'd go, oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Like he would be going, that's shit when they're winning, and then he'd be pissing himself when they're outside of Queensland.
Well, Dimmer didn't get fined. No fine for Dimmer for saying fuck in his press conference. But the AFL did say, you got to stop saying fuck.
You put a great amount of oomph
Yeah,
on
good,
that.
thanks.
didn't
I thought it
you?
was too much.
No, not
You know
enough.
that a couple of weeks ago I said beat the fuck out of that team, it was too much? I felt like that was the right time.
No,
to
yeah.
Give it a little bit.
This was fine, mate.
Yeah. So I think the Suns will beat the fuck out of it. No, they'll beat Port here. They'll beat Port. It's a must win for Gold Coast. They have 3 home games
Yep.
and 4 away games coming up.
Okay.
So they have to win all their home games. And we think in pinch 1 or 2 away, which looks impossible.
Are we?
Well, they have to.
I mean, They have to.
They have to, but can they do it? I don't know. They're going to have to pinch one or two away from people's choice.
It'd be a
fucking stadium's
very
called.
grim reading postseason to go. We've won all our home games. Well, you know. Like
I mean, if they lose all those 4 away games, that means they would be 0-18 away from home. Has a team ever won all their home games and lost all their away games
well,
in the AFL?
Well, they have done Northern Territory, but
That's a home game for them. It doesn't really count as being away when it's your turf.
okay.
And Port, I just don't think Port can win this up there. No Georgiades. Marsh wasn't playing that well, so they lose a big piece going forward. I just don't see Port going up to the Gold Coast and rolling a Suns team that has literally made that place a fortress.
Yep.
So Gold Coast for me.
Yep, agreed.
Port for you.
With all that considered, Port, no, Suns. I like it.
Here we go. Now, these next 2 games is the start of our snooze fest. Richmond v Giants at the G. I know Presty and Martin are probably back at Richmond playing this week, but they probably don't want to win this.
Nope.
Got them on pick. Let it go. You saw what happened last year with Reid. Now, I don't think Josh Smiley's a Harley Reid, but you got him.
Yeah.
Just bring him in. Probably going to lose Martin at the end of the year. Like for like. Not really at all, actually.
Actually, now think about it.
Is Josh
Zero
Smiley a
similarities.
3-time Premiership player, 3-time Norm Smith? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But they need something. You take that. Going into the year, you had these high hopes that it's going to be great. We're going to be fantastic. We're going to compete. Lynch is going to be firing. Martin's going to be firing. Presley's going to be fine. Everyone's going to be fit. It's gone totally the opposite. It's turned an absolute shit show. So if you can walk away from this year going, nothing went right, but fuck, in a year where we still have some pieces that were just injured and we get a number 1 pick in,
That's true.
good result.
Yep.
Good result for 2025. Good result for Adam Uze as well.
Agreed.
I don't think that they get anywhere near winning this game. I think they make it competitive, a lot more competitive than what they're showing at the moment. Actually, they've kind of been good in most of their games.
I feel like that's generous, but yeah, they've not been bad.
For what we expect, I'm not expecting much from them in any game now for the next 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be competitive. The Giants are just going to come here and just do their thing again.
Yep.
The Giants are back at the MCG. A good time for the Giants to get to the G and look at it before they have a final there. So good opportunity to really put a foot on the throat here and just get familiar with what you're working with. A bit weird for them as well because they're playing at the MCG where at NG, the crowd's like 100 metres back from the ground so they can't hear the hecklers.
That's true.
So now the hecklers going to be right on them. I don't know if they're going to be able to cope with that stuff.
Yeah, we've got some cochlear awareness, I reckon, by the end of this game for them.
Cochlear.
Yeah.
What's that?
Inside your ear.
Okay, yeah. I think at training.
Eardrum awareness, would you feel a bit better about that?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, bring it down. Speak to me like I'm 5.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And also, like when a point gets kicked, they don't have to run 400 metres to get a ball.
So
It's
you
just going to be
can get a
there.
new one, yeah.
They're like, what, you're telling me the ball's right there?
Wow.
Okay, weird. I thought I'd go to the 4th tier to get that. Giants for mine.
Yep, agreed.
Last game. Got a tingle. We know what happens when I get a tingle. Eagles v Brisbane in Egypt. Got a tingle that Eagles win this. Now, we don't know if Simmo's going to coach it. I don't think he is. Be weird. But no one's confirmed it.
It'd be awkward now.
Be so awkward. Why would you?
Yeah.
What are you getting out of it? Even if you get 4 points, like, okay, great. I'm just going to go sit on the couch on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Or one, can I stay or what's the go? Yeah.
So weird. But also, why wouldn't they have spoken about that before they went out in the presser?
Totally. Some things you just need to have that
Just
conversation.
have the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck me. Now, let's hope they get up. It's an unfortunate situation for Simmo getting sacked, but let's hope that this gives them a bit of oomph.
Yep.
To get up and about and play some competitive footy here. McGovern's still here in Melbourne. Punched the lung last week, so hasn't been able to travel. As I said, I got a tingle. Brisbane travelling. Been wound up for so long because they started so poorly. They've had to drag themselves back into finals contention. I think it's exhausting. Travel 6 hours to get to Perth. Don't like the combo.
No.
I don't like it. So I'm going to pick Eagles here just on the emotion of Simmo.
Yeah. And I tell you what, your Tezzies, when they tingle, they're scary. Brilliant, but scary.
They are.
So I back them.
Yeah, I'm picking them. I think Eagles win. I'll not wait to see Neil v. Reid. Would you say something then? What'd you say? So they bleep that out.
Jesus.
Beep that out. Beep the C word out. What'd you say then? Just go through the whole what you said again and say it to me back. My Tezzies.
Oh, your Tezzies, when they tingle, scary. They're brilliant, but they're scary, and I have to back them all the time.
I know that's Harry Potter. Scary but brilliant, but they're scary. That's I know what that is. I know that is. I've heard that before. Get out. Let me do the pod by myself now. You're done. Leave.
All right, quickly though. I don't want to miss out on too much.
And so yeah, Eagles for me. Hey, big chat now about Melbourne making them play for Oscar Allen.
Ooh, I like that.
I can see him.
Yeah, I
think
really
it'd be
like
very
that.
good for him. Him and Big Roo.
I like that a
Now
lot.
we're talking.
Okay.
There's some Chinese whispers there that they're going to make a play for him to try and get him out of there. Which he probably, this is the thing about rebuilds now. You have to rebuild so the pieces are there, your big pillars, your weight-bearing pieces of the construction sometimes say, well, don't want to be weight-bearing anymore.
Yeah. Your reed builders.
All right, guys, that time of the week where you get hungry and I say, here's a nice big plate of feed on Sportsbet's feed. So this week we are going with Geelong to beat Collingwood on Friday night. We're going the line in the Sydney and North Melbourne game. So Sydney at the line, which is about 47.5. Carlton to beat the Doggies in Cribbers 200th. Adelaide to beat your Saints. Essendon, respectfully, to beat Melbourne, which I love. I love Essendon, love everything about them. And Gold Coast back home to beat Port. So that is on the feed. Go on the Sportsbets app. You can find it all there. Follow me. The lot of bets all through the weekend, which you can find and follow as well. You'll see it there. And on that note, we are going to wrap it up there, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great by you. Great episode. Hey, Gatorade Lure Team of the Year.
Yep.
Next Monday, we're going to do a full debriefing the team and talk about the Blazers we're getting ready for them.
Love it.
So, weekend plans, what are you doing?
Well, I've got a 30th on Saturday.
Whoa, look out. Where at?
Yeah. Collingwood
Yuck.
Mill Brewing. Oh, come on.
I wouldn't go there.
Love the North. So I'll be doing that, but the footy's on. So,
Saturday night, is it?
well, Saturday night. So
We do have the KO on.
I reckon it's a bit of
Screen.
a chaos situation.
Love that.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, nice. None of your business. Nah, a bit of golf. Going to try and get into the golf. Weather's bad here, so I'm going to try and have a hit and see how we go. So
Yeah.
appreciate everyone. Also, we're thinking some Little Dan Big Ollie merch, which we might have something to show you on Monday. Maybe. So even though I don't like it, I wouldn't be buying any of it. In fact, I try to veto it.
Yeah,
at
but
the
the
meeting.
people have spoken.
I hate it so much. I'll punch myself in the face if I have to wear that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So enjoy your weekend, everyone. If you're playing footy, if people still playing footy out there, local footy,
I reckon they're still giving it a
I reckon
crack.
you are. Yeah. Look, if you're still playing local footy,
Good
just
on ya.
hang in there.
Yeah.
And if you've just come to a decision a bit like Simmo where you might not want to do this anymore, get out. There's nothing wrong with just retiring right now as a local footballer.
Yep.
Especially
Well
if you're going to
said.
miss finals, just go into the office and say, this isn't for me.
Not
I'm not
interested.
built for this anymore.
No.
So good luck, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.